Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So resuming from Shri Harinama Amrita Vyakaranam. Sutra 72nd. Tvarthe Namushchabhikshne. When repetition is to be expressed, abhikshne. Namu is also applied after dhatu in the same sense as tva. So, for example, Smri plus Namu. So, Namu, because Namu has Na Nrisinga, so Andasya Vishnindra Nrisinga, so we get Smaram plus Su. It becomes a Brahmalinga Shabda, so Su is deleted by Brahmato Samurmaraha, so we get Smaram. Right, Smaram. Yeah, so Smaram, Smaram, two times. The form is Smaram, then two times for frequent, for repetition, Smaram, Smaram. Like Varam, Varam, and so on. Even in Hindi, it is used bar bar, we say bar bar, and so on.
In Bengali also.
Right. So Gam Dhatu, Namu is applied, Ni is applied, then Namu is applied. So Gamam, 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 Gamam. Hmm. Ni Purvayor Naminostu Trivikramava. By this sutra, optionally Trivikrama takes place. So Gamam and Gamam. Labheranum Namvinorva Sopendrasya tu Nityam. So we get Lambham or Labham. Labham. So in that sense, Bhojam, Bhojam, Payam, Payam. So in the sense of abhikshna, repetition. Another option would be with the tva pratyay, smritva, smritva. So because this was optional rule. Krit sutradyam saptamyantam purvapadam. A word which ends in a saptami Vishnu bhakti and is at the beginning of a Krit sutra is called a purvapada. So a word which ends in a saptami Vishnu bhakti and is at the beginning of a Krit sutra is called a purvapada. So let's see its implications ahead. Namu. So the word Namu is to be added in the next sutra. So Anyathaiva Anyathaivamka Itham Su Dukres Tatan Matrarthi. When Anyatha, Evam, Katham or Itham is the Purva Pada. So this the first word here, Anyathaivam Katham Itham Su is in Saptami, so it is Purva Pada as per Sutra 783. So Namu, which was the last sutra, current last one, 784. Namu is applied after Dukre, provided Dukre is used only in the sense of those words. Right. So, for example, Anyatha plus Kri. So Anyatha plus Kri and Namu is applied. So Anyatha is the Purva Pada here. Like Purva Pada means the word which comes first, prior to the Dhatu. So Anyatha Kri Namu. So we get Anyatha Karam. So Anyatha Karam would mean in another way. So here the sense of Kri is not prominent. the prominences of the word Anyatha, which is the Purva Pada. So Harim Anyatha Karam Archayati. He worships Hari in another way. Right. And in the same way, Evam Karam and so on.
I'm sorry, where exactly are these other words? The anyata. Oh, I see. So
Yeah,
it's
here in the
anyata is like the whole. Is this a samasa or what is this? The
no,
putting
no,
together the.
this is not samasa. This is just like Anyatha is considered like a Purva Pada, like we can say like the Upendras, Pra, Apa, Sam,
Oh,
Ityadi.
like an upendra. Okay.
Yeah, in that fashion. So Purva Pada. Yavati Vidri Jivabhyam. Namu is applied after Vidri Dhatu, that's the Vidri Labhe, and Jiva Pran Dharane. So when the word Yavat used as a karma is the Purva Pada. So Namu is applied after these two dhatus when the word Yavat used as a karma is the Purva Pada. So for example, Yavat plus Vid dhatu. So yeah, and Namu. So we get Yavat Vedam. So Yavat Vedam Bhunte. He eats as much as he gets. Yavat Vedam. So here Yavat is connected with Vedam in the sense of karma. The meaning is that he's not eating, he's not attached to eating. So here with was in the sense of labhe, to obtain. So Yavat Vedam Bhunte. So as much as he gets, he eats that. Similarly, Yavat Jivam Harim Bhajati. He worships Hari as long as he lives. So Yavaj Jivam. So here it says the Yavat Vedam Bhunte is glosed as Yat Parimitam Labhate Tavat Eva Bhunte. He eats only that amount which he obtains. Right. Ito Vikalpena Samasah. From now on, Samasa is optional. So Saptami Tritiyayor Dhatu Matra Tu Sannidhana Gatau. When a word ending in a Saptami Vishnu Bhakti or Tritiya Vishnu Bhakti is the Purva Pada, Namu is applied after any dhatu of motion involving closeness is understood. Okay, for example, Hasta Graham Nrityati Rase. So, okay, this is Samasa now. So, Hasta Graham is Hastayo or Hastabhyam, either Saptami or Tritiya. Hmm. So, by hands, Graham is to catch or to cling upon. Yeah, and Hasta by the hands. Hastayor Hastabhyam plus Graha Dhatu, Namu is applied. So Graham is done by Uddhavaramasi Krishnendra Singhe, and then Hasta Graham. So taking two gopis by their hands, he dances in the rasa dance. नाम शब्दे कर्मण्यादि शी grahibhyam. Namu is applied after ang plus disha and graha when the word naman used as a karma is the purva pada. This namu is applied after ang plus disha and graha when the word naman used as a karma is the purvapada. For example, namadesham achaste harim. He addresses Hari by speaking his names. So namani plus ang plus desh. So namu is applied. So namani, the vibhakti goes. So nama is there. Adesham. So namadesham plus su. So namadesham. Then Nam Graham Sauti Harim. He praises Hari by calling his name. So Graha plus Namu and so on. Tumunakau Tatkriyarthatve. Tumu and Naka are applied after Dhatu if the Kriya expressed by that Dhatu is the purpose of the main Kriya. Basically, for example, if I do Kartum, that would mean in order to do. So the purpose is to do. So in that sense, Tumu and Naka are applied. Yeah, for example, Drish plus Tum. So is applied here. Drishorama Kapila Vaishnavi, that one. Sriji Drishorama Kapila Vaishnavi. And we get Drashtum. Drashtum, in order to see. Like that. Or Darshaka. Similarly, Sevitum, Sevakaha. And like that. Generally, this Naka is also used in Kartari sense, like Sevakaha Krishna. Krishna the servitor. Darshakaha Krishna. Krishna the seer, the beholder, and so on. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 10. And text would be I think we just did 13th, so 14th onwards. Text 14. Nyarundhan nudgalat bashpa mautkanthyat devaki sute निर्यात्यगारान्नो भद्रमिति स्यात् बान्धवस्त्रियः.
Sorry, it looks like I somehow skipped 14. I went to 15. Or no, is that... Oh, no, I did put it. I just didn't put the Bengali there. That's okay.
Devaki sute Shri Krishne agarat grihat niryati nirgachati sati बान्धवस्त्रियः कुटुम्बिन्यः औत्कण्ठ्यात् आसक्त्यातिशयात् हेतोः उद्गलत् स्रवत् बाष्पमश्रु न्यरुन्धन् नेत्रेषु स्तम्भितवत्यः. So when Lord Krishna was when Lord Shri Krishna, he grihat, from the house, nirgachati sati, he came out, or he was leaving the house. So the Bandhava Striya, the Kutumbinyas, so the ladies who were accompanying the the ladies there, Bandhavas there, wives of the relatives, and yeah, like that, Kutumbini. So, because due to abundant attachment in the Lord, in Sri Krishna, the son of Devaki, they uh, Udgalat Bashpam. So the tears were flowing from their eyes, and then uh, yes. So Sravat Ashram. So tears were to flow from the eyes. I mean, they were beginning to cry, but Netreshu Stambhitavatyaha. They stopped their tears from flowing down. Nerundan. They stopped them. So we can say that their tears were still in their eyes. They were not flowing down, and their eyes were glittering, literally. You know that visual when someone is to cry, he's already crying, but the tear is in the eye still. It's not starting falling down. So that, yeah. So
Yes.
such is the description. Mridang. Yeah. One more thing could be is to cry and to shed tears is easier than to hold them back into the eyes. I mean, just from an emotional perspective, because we can simply cry and just release our emotions, and yeah, but to hold them back into our eyes and do not let them shed. So that's quite something. Text 15. Yeah, I was hearing some Katha, Prabhupada Katha. So when Srila Prabhupada left his body in 1977, when he entered into the Nitya Leela, so all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, all the devotees at that time, they all got busy, you know, preparing for the last thing, last ceremony, and taking Prabhupada on Vrindavan Yatra and so on. So His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj was very close to Prabhupada and one of the leaders. So now, when all the ceremonies were taking place, he didn't cry at all. All the devotees were crying and all, but he didn't cry. He was very, pakka, very strict, and he was doing sevas because he had to lead. He can't lose himself. But when everything got finished, all the sevas, he went back to his room and then he cried like anything. I just got reminded of that uh, pastime of Maharaj. So yeah, so it's to hold the tears back and to let them flow. Text 15. Mridanga shankha bhairiyascha veena पण व गोमुखा धुंधुर्यानक घंटाद्या नेदुर दुंदुभयस्तथा तदा कृष्ण यात्रा काले मृदंग शंख भैर्यः वीणा आप वीणापणव गोमुखा धुंधुर्यानक घंटाद्या दुंदुभयः दशवाद्य भेदाः नेदु वादिता अभवन्. So when Krishna was proceeding during the time of his venture, like his yatra, so various instruments were being played. Such a nice custom. When the Lord entered, then such nice preparations to welcome him, Artik and all. When he's leaving, then also. So Mridanga, Shankha, the conch shell, Bheri, Veena, Panava, Gomukha, Dhunduri, Anaka, Ghanta, Ityadi, Dundubhaya. So in this way, Dashavadya Veda. So many instruments Nedu were being played during the departure of Krishna, the yatra of Krishna. Of course, when Krishna. So, hmm,
Could you decompose these verbs nedu and then vadita? So vadita is a kridanta, right?
yes. So Nedu is Nad Dhatu.
Okay.
So it's Nad Dhatu. This one, Nad,
Mm-hmm.
which means to sound.
Okay.
And Vadita is the Vad Dhatu, Vadati.
Yeah, vadita is more familiar. I don't remember why there is a in nedu.
Okay, so that's the Adhokshaja form. So if you remember, we had one sutra, Adesha Hina Naradya Aksharasya. So Nanad Nedatuhu Nedu, uh, if you remember, in Adhokshaja forms. So
No, I don't remember. So
yeah,
so
so
there's a
by
sutra specifically for nud.
yes. So that sutra
Okay.
says that in Adhokshaja, the Nara gets deleted and the Narayana, the Arama becomes a Rama. So that's why the Nara of Nanad, like in the second one, gets deleted and we get Nedu, Nedu, and so on. So there is one sutra for that. Adesha. It was in the Akhyata Prakaran, chapter 3.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
प्रासाद शिखिरा रूढ़ा कुरु नार्यो दिदृक्षया ववृषुः कुसुमैः कृष्णं प्रेम व्रीडा स्मितेक्षणा. So it's not a new fashion that some celebrity comes in or is on the street and everyone, gets on their roofs, fills all the streets just to see him, just to take a glance upon him or at him. So even when Krishna was leaving, so it was like a houseful street, it was houseful balconies, the terraces were houseful, and everywhere there were people. So it says Kuru Narya. So the ladies of Kuru dynasty, because earlier ladies they, they would not come out, only the men would come out. So they would hide themselves and see from distance. So the ladies of Kuru dynasty, in order to see Krishna Drashtam, Prasad Shikhara Rudha. So it says Saudhopari Avastita. What is Saudha? Saudha.
Prasad is the
Yeah, so
palace.
yeah, Saud also means mansion or a palace, any fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So all the ladies of Kuru dynasty they got onto the top of the palaces. Shikhar is top place. Shikhar. And Prem Virida Smithekshana. Sneh
Oh,
Lajja.
I'm sorry. What place is it? Like the roof or the veranda or what
See,
is it?
Shikhar basically translates as so Shikhar in general, when we say Shikhar of a mountain, so it's the top, the peak of the
Oh, okay.
mountain. When it comes to temples, then Shikhara means, the we have temple and then we have what do you say, canopies? No, how do you say that? Domes. Yeah, the
I
domes of
see.
temple. So the top
So
of the
here it might be like a turret or something, like a
yeah,
tower.
so the top of
Yeah.
the dome is Shikhar for the temple, and for palaces, it's the terrace, the top terrace there.
Okay. Thanks.
स्नेह लज्जा हास्य पूर्वम ईक्षणम यासाम ताः सत्यः. So all the Kuru ladies, their vision, their glance, which they were casting upon the Lord, were filled with sneh, affection for the Lord, and simultaneously filled with lajja. Lajja is like shyness, and also hasya. They were uh, filled with a sense of humor, laughter, smile, smita hasya. So such Kuru Naris Krishnam Kusumai Vavrishu. So they rained flowers on Krishna. Yeah. Nowadays they use helicopters, to throw. I remember in 2014, I believe, right? So there was one temple opening in Delhi, near Delhi. So ISKCON temple opening. So I was there, and it was a rally. So they had a pandal. So the main deities they were in pandal. All the abhishek and everything happened in pandal. And from that pandal to the temple, it was like 10 to 15, 5 to 10 minutes, like Shobha Yatra, when the deities were being carried and brought to the temple for final pran pratishtha installation. So now the organizers, so it was quite packed, hundreds and thousands of devotees there doing kirtan and everything. And suddenly I see, and I was also there, and suddenly I see a helicopter in the sky, and it was meant to shower flowers, from the sky upon the devotees and the deities. The helicopter showered the flowers, but not even a single petal came upon us or even the deities, because due to the air and everything, it couldn't just fall upon us. And it was quite costly to bring in helicopter, chopper and everything. But now here the gopis, I'm not the gopis, the Kuru Naris, the ladies of Kuru dynasty, they are showering flowers. So each and every petal is reaching Krishna here.
Maybe they need a lot of small drones instead of a helicopter.
Maybe, maybe. I think at that time even the drone trend was not there too much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that helicopter thing, the helicopter tried twice, I believe, and not even a single petal came upon us. So, and it was quite costly as well. Anyhow, Krishna sees the efforts, of course. Uh, okay. सितात् पत्रं जग्राह मुक्ता दाम विभूषितं रत्नदण्डं गुडाकेशः प्रियः प्रियतमस्य प्रियः कृष्णस्य वयस्यः गुडाकेश गुडाका निद्रा धनुर्विद्या वा तस्या ईश जितनिद्रः धनुर्वेद पारगः वा अर्जुनः प्रियतमस्य कृष्णस्य मस्तके मुक्तादाम विभूषितं मुक्तावली खचितम् रत्नदण्डं श्रुतात्पत्रं शुभ्रच्छत्रं जग्राह तदारः एव. Okay. Now, Arjuna, the dear devotee and friend of Krishna, so he's Priya. He is dear to the Lord and he is of the same age as Krishna. He is called Gudagesha because he has conquered Nidra, sleep, and he also knows, or he knows the Vidya, the knowledge of archery. So, such Arjuna, he he carried the dhara. So, the verb is the dhara. He carried an umbrella which was white in color, sit sit means white. Asit means black. Some devotees' names are Asit Krishna. So Asit means black, that which is not white. So that is Asit. And Sita means white colored. So he was carrying white colored Atapatra. That's the Chhatra umbrella, a royal one, not like today's. Um, and that umbrella, the white colored umbrella, was having Ratna Dandam. So the stick, which is there to hold the umbrella. So that danda, that road kind of was made up of or bedecked with ratnas, jewels, and muktavali khachitam, and also it was equipped or yeah endowed with muktavali. So muktavali is a special kind of um, yeah pearls. Muktavali is a kind of pearl. Yeah, so it was bedecked with pearls, ratnas, jewels. So it was a very royal canopy or umbrella, hmm, which was carried by Arjuna over
So
Krishna.
Muktabali is some kind of pearls, I think?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So
So
maybe the pearls were dangling from
Kachitam,
the
see, this it says Vibhushitam. So Vibhushitam is like decorated. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Yeah, adorned with, decorated with. Of course, it could be decorated in that way also, as you're saying. They were like hanging, maybe. Uh, or yeah. So such was the umbrella which was being carried by Arjuna for the Lord. So he,
This ha here just fills the meter, right? It doesn't make.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah, that
uh,
sounds like a beautiful sight because Arjun and Krishna are both black, and then he's holding this
hmm,
white umbrella, so it's a contrast.
yeah. So must be a scene to behold darshan of Arjuna and Krishna
Mhm.
together. I mean, one darshan was on the chariot when Krishna was the charioteer and Arjuna was the fighter warrior. But here both are there and it's a different thing.
Mhm.
Krishna, see, Krishna is on the chariot. He's on the chariot, sitting there. So Arjuna must be standing next to him, carrying that umbrella, isn't it?
Yeah.
Such a drishya. I mean, so Pitama Bhishma would have been happy to see this drishya as well because he was
Mhm.
used to see Parthasarathi form in the battle.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll resume tomorrow then. Hare
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Dandavat pranam.